What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Recall Podcast. And you already know what it is, man. I got none other than YoVedo. You know what it is. So we're going to talk music. We're going to talk industry. We're going to talk Christian rap, industry rap, all that good stuff. Let's get it rolling. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Recall Podcast. And if you're here new to the channel, do me a favor, like, subscribe, bang on that notification bell so that you stay connected to everything that is uploaded. I'm excited because today we got artist YoVedo. Say what's up to the Recall fans.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
I'm excited to have you on here. There's a lot of things that I want to talk to you about. I think you got an ear to music that is a lot different than a lot of other artists. And so I think the first thing I want to ask, because, you know, people are going to want to know a little bit more in depth about you. They've seen your music videos and all that good stuff. But when did music start for you?
I don't even know. I can't answer that. It's always been there. It's always been.
So you've always had music in your life?
Yeah, it's always been there.
When did you fall in love with the fact that you wanted to do music yourself?
I was like 13, 14 when we got that first mic set in the room. And we laid down the vocals just playing around. And I started writing my own rhymes and I was like, all right, yeah, I think I can do this. If I practiced and I got down. Some odd years later, now that's all I want to do, you know?
So you just want to do music. What is, when we talk about music, right? Now, obviously, people know that your music is a little different than other people's music. And you're not really big on the Christian rap label, right? So explain to people, what is your music? What is your music?
My music is just me. There's no other way to explain it. It's just how I feel, put for the world to see. Like, labels kill momentum, I think. Like, you label yourself, you just put yourself in such a box where it's like, if you go out of that box, people are going to know you for going out of that box. They're going to know you for what you're in. So I just do what I feel.
So what is it that you feel, though? Like, because some of your music, like...
My feelings change.
Exactly. So let's talk about when you first started music at 15, right? And now you're going to be 21 soon, right?
Goodness, yeah.
So how have you evolved? What is music? How has it changed? How has your palette changed? And where do you see your music going from 15 years old till now?
When I first started making music, it was just for fun. You know, that was one of the greatest eras of music. Like 2016, 2017, that was like the SoundCloud era.
Okay.
Where you had rappers blowing up out of nowhere, just off SoundCloud, like doing records on SoundCloud. And that was so fun, because, like the X's and the Uzis, I never really listened to either one. But just seeing how the culture was, it was just upload a song, see what people do, and if they like it, and then it plays. And so to me, it would just start off as I just want to have fun. And then over time, I realized that this was more of a burden. Not a burden in like, oh, I hate doing this, but it's like a burden. It's like, I have something that people should hear. So now...
So you felt like what was inside of you needed to be heard by other people.
Yeah.
So what was when, you know, you've done several projects. Your first project ever was March Madness.
Yeah,
right?
That's coming up on how many years?
And so...
19, about 4 or 5 years.
Almost 5 years now since you put out the first project.
Yeah.
March Madness has some really dope songs on there. When you think of March Madness and you think about what you're getting ready to drop even this week coming up, right, with Pressed, where has things changed and where has things stayed the same?
Some things that stayed the same, I feel like, are not even talking about drive or motivation. I feel like part of my sound has stayed the same. Like the way that I rap and the things that I enjoy. I think what changed is my maturity level. Not just when it comes to music, but just understanding the world and telling stories and expressing what I've been through, how I felt. That's what changed. It's like I'm still that same kid, but I'm not that kid at all.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So let's get a little deeper, right? 2018. Big time in your life, in my life, together. How did that shape you?
It was a weird time because I was in a lot of emotional, I don't want to say doubt. I was in a lot of emotional confusion.
Okay.
So what I was making was just old records that I had recorded or put out for fun, but mentally I was drained and I was in a whole different space. So it was just kind of weird because when did I drop March Madness? 2019? I forget. Whenever I dropped 2018, 2019. That was that time where it's like, it was good at first, and then over time, I started to realize, it's funny now. Now I see it, but before I didn't see it. When we start putting projects out, we start putting music out, and people start seeing it, they're going to support it. Just off the rip that you do is something new. But then you start being consistent, and then people drop off. Because...
How does that make you feel?
It sucks. It really does. I feel like it's not their fault. And it's not my fault either. It's just the way that people are, especially around here in this area. You know, people still know me from middle school, high school. So to them, it's like, oh, that's E. But
yeah.
I'm trying to do something new. And that's why I got a whole new wave of people who are listening that I guess aren't familiar with who I am. And it opens them up to realize this guy has more potential than just a local rapper. Even though that's where I am right now.
So as being a local rapper, right, there's a bunch of local rappers in the city. Shout out to a lot of them, right? We got Hami, we got Des, we got Lex, right? So they're dope artists, right? And so when we're talking about local, right, what is it going to take for you to come out of the local arena?
It's a couple things.
Okay, so break it down. What are the couple things? Because I know one of the things you feel like is you got to move, right?
Absolutely.
So moving is one thing, but what's another thing?
Another thing is developing who you are as an artist. A lot of these rappers out here that have been rapping in the same span that I have not grown. And what I mean by grown is not your music. You, not even you as a person, you have to build a brand.
Okay.
I didn't realize that. I didn't understand that when I was like 14, 15, 16 trying to do this. I didn't realize like it's about image. It's about what you say. It's about where you go. It's about how you look. It's everything to the point where it's like you have to know that you're meant to do it and that you're in it. Because if you don't know, you're just gonna be going in cycles over and over and over and over and over. Like I'm talking to the point where it's like you got to look in the mirror,
okay,
and look at yourself and really say, "Am I doing this for fun, or is this something that I have to do because I know I'm meant to do it?"
Okay, so that's a good point, right? So with what you just said, do you think that a lot of people get into this because they're having fun and it's a hobby and don't take it serious, or they just don't have the skills?
Both. It's both. Because you got trash rappers that'll blow up overnight. One dude on TikTok, he's literally rapping about robbing his neighbors and his family, and it's the most goofy sounding thing. But because it's so dumb, it goes hard.
Okay.
But then you get people that have been just going through the same things over and over and over. Like I know rappers who are still like 45 trying. No disrespect to them.
You just threw a shot at me, you know that, right?
No, I didn't. You're doing this now. But no, seriously, I know rappers that are still like 45, 50 trying to rap. And the thing is, their sound and their brand and their build has not evolved past 2010. And I'm like, bro, no disrespect to anybody, but like, hang it up.
Either hang it up or evolve, right?
Hang it up or evolve.
Or drop singles every once in a while like I do.
Yeah, just have
fun with it. All I'm doing is having fun.
Have fun with it. Don't expect.
I'm not trying to get a crowd.
That's what I'm saying. Don't expect to put up, Drake numbers. My thing is, if you're still trying to do something that hasn't worked the last 20 years, reevaluate yourself. Like,
I mean, if it hasn't worked in the last 20 years, then you're probably not meant to do it.
No.
Okay.
Try something else.
So now let's get back to the subject at hand, which is the one that everybody really wants to know concerning you. Now, me as your father, I've already discussed this with you, and we've had our debates and we've had our discussions, and we're good, right? Mm-hmm. Let them know. Are you a rapper that just stands for Christian values and you believe in Jesus? Or are you a Christian, or you a Christian rapper? What is it that you feel? Because I know God has been messing with you, right? So where do you see yourself in this?
I see myself doing what I've been told. And people will label me what they want. I can't control that. If you want to label me something that I'm not, that's your life. Even though I'm like, yeah, this is what I am, this is what I am, this is what I am. You don't determine that. Your fans and your people who listen to you do.
Okay.
I mean, it sucks.
Okay.
But I wouldn't call myself a Christian rapper, and I wouldn't call myself just a rapper who believes that, has values. Like, that's all good. What I am is just somebody who is making music that's sharing what I believe and how I feel with others.
Okay, so there's no label to you.
No.
So we got to put it out there right now. Recall fam, listen, you got to understand that he's not labeling himself. For anybody that's watching this and they be like, well, he got to go hard. He got to represent Jesus. He don't have to represent Jesus in his music if his life represents it. You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, because there's a lot of
there's a lot
of Christian rappers. I know a few who are the most holier than thou. I'm a Christian rapper. I'm doing this. The God is good type of rappers, and I'm like, if only they knew that you don't even pray, you don't even have a relationship with God. Like, you just going through motions. And I've been victim to that too. But the thing is, I wouldn't be targeted if I made a mistake because I didn't label myself that.
Oh, that's good. So I know we've had a conversation on this.
See what I'm saying?
That when you label yourself and you mess up, they don't give you grace.
No.
You're just, it's over. You're done. You messed up.
Look at the GOATest producer of Christian hip hop. I don't want to drop names here.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Bro messed up one time. They straight ran him through the mud.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did wasn't right. Despite what he did, they ran him through the mud. And I see him start to make a comeback. I mean, good for him, I guess. But
the label,
I'm sure if he was a secular artist, people would have just been like,
they would have been mad.
Dog. He a dog for real. That's just what he do. You know what I mean? Like, let him do his thing.
Could it be because when you put that label on, Jesus weighs heavier on your shoulders?
That's a good question. I think when you put that label on, Christians expect you to be perfect. So you can't make mistakes. It's not that Jesus weighs heavier on your shoulders, because there's a lot of people who are in the secular arena that are actually a lot, I don't want to say holier, but live a better lifestyle than people who are in the Christian that just make money. They leech off of these Christian off of these Christian consumers. That's why you get Christian rappers that sound like secular rappers, because they know it'll make them money, because Christian people don't want to listen to the secular person.
Okay, so now, 2 more questions. This question I want to hear straight from your heart, okay? Is there creativity in not just Christian rap, but rap in general right now in 2023?
Hell no. Just like that. No. No.
Why?
People will sacrifice creativity if it makes them money. And I'm so for real about that. And I was telling David this the other day. I said that there's going to be a renaissance and a revolution. I give it 5 to 10 years, where people are going to get sick and tired of the quick TikTok dancing music and want actual creativity back. Because there's so many people who are buying fans and followers and likes and views.
People might not know what that means. What do you mean by that? I know what you're talking about, but speak to the Recall fans, speak to the people out there in YouTube world.
It's like this.
What are you talking about?
It's like this.
Because they might not even know.
your favorite rapper, you might be a supporter, but he might have 5 million followers on IG.
Is it just rappers though, or it can be anybody?
It can be anyone.
Okay, so
But
music in general.
it's really prevalent in the rap game.
Okay.
Because that's what's running the music genre.
Okay.
So rappers will go to the label and be like, all right, here's 10 G's. With that $10,000, you can buy yourself, I don't know, 100,000 followers on Instagram. And they'll all be like fake bot pages that they'll make and they'll farm and they'll generate. So everything.
So basically, they're not real fans.
It's not real. No. So most things that you see are either generated or farmed to give the illusion of someone's winning.
So it's fake.
Yeah, but sometimes, I don't want to say sometimes, then it worked. Now it doesn't.
Okay.
And I'll give you an example. Travis Scott, when he first started rapping, he had faked his numbers to get label attention.
Okay.
Because it's the only way they looked at you. But back in the day, you couldn't blow up without a label. Now you can just make a TikTok song
and blow up
overnight if you keep pushing it and pushing it, pushing it. And that's the difference between, if you fake numbers now, you will be exposed.
Okay.
If you fake numbers then, nobody's going to know because it wasn't popular to do that.
So then how do you get, okay, so with that, right, the creativity part, what is missing?
Everything. Everything's missing. People follow a formula. The issue with the music genre is, like I said, it's money making. It's like this. It's to the point where this is facts. Your favorite, here's how it works. Your favorite producer has 20 producers in a studio cooking up and making beats.
Yeah.
Those 20 producers will come together to show your favorite your favorite producer that beat. He'll pick the ones he likes, tweak a little bit of it, and then claim it's his beat. So your favorite producer's not making
So
beats.
basically, the people that are making it are like people underneath the top producer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So I don't want to claim this is who it is, but I'm just saying, because I love Metro Boomin, but I'm just using him as an example. People,
some of these people don't even know who Metro Boomin is, but it's okay. Yeah.
So I'm not saying he does this though, because even I like Metro Boomin, and his last album was hard. So I'm saying artists will have a producer who, like a Metro Boomin, even though I don't think he does that, I don't know, have 20 other producers under Metro Boomin to make beats and sounds, then give it to Metro Boomin to pick the beats that were already made to claim it's his. So there's no more creativity when it comes to actually getting in, cooking up, trying new sounds. And those who are doing that are not mainstream.
Okay.
And not even that they're not mainstream. It's like, okay, Post Malone made an album, I think maybe a year ago. Fire album. It didn't really do numbers. But you got, I don't want to drop names. I'm trying to think of people.
Let's just say artists that are in the industry
artists that
have used that formula and they've blown up, while other artists are making it from the ground up, organic, and it takes longer.
Absolutely.
So with creativity, I know that one of the things that you particularly do is you don't listen to rap.
No.
Which is crazy. He's a rapper that doesn't listen to rap.
I listen to the same 5 rappers, maybe.
So,
only 5.
So let's talk about what you do listen to and how that bursts into your creativity.
I listen to a lot of different things. I mean, if you know me and you know my brand, you know that I listen to Oasis.
Oasis, of course.
Those number one guys.
Number one, all right.
Brothers, come together. Stop fighting. The fans want you.
They're not going to see this, but go ahead.
I listen to a lot of rock, a lot of, believe it or not, like scoring, classical stuff. Then I listen to like weird stuff like we was talking about earlier, like that little I don't know. There's not a name for it. It's like dreamcore music.
Yeah, it's just ambience.
Ambient stuff like that.
So you like ambience. You like. Yeah. I know you like scores because if you come to my house, you're gonna hear Star Wars all day long.
Yeah, John Williams is possibly the greatest creative of all time.
Okay, so again, a lot of rappers don't even know who John Williams is. So would it be safe to say that rappers today need to open up a palette?
Yeah, absolutely.
And not just be all rap, but they need to open up to something even greater?
That's because an artist will drop a 30 song album, and those 30 songs will sound like the last 29.
So every song sounds the same.
Every song sounds the same. What did J. Cole say? He said, your 30-song album do a measly 100,000. When I heard that, I was like,
yeah, because there's not no
creativity.
All right, so we're going to close this podcast out, right? And it's been an awesome show. I thank you for being on here with us. You know what I mean? YoVedo, I'm telling you, it's next. But
Indeed.
One last question.
Yeah.
All right? What do you say to those out there that are stuck in wanting to be organic and themselves, but feel they have to be like everyone else to make it?
Shoot, if you can give me the answer, that'd be nice. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. But one thing I have...
What have you learned with your journey so far?
One thing that I have learned is there are so many other artists that are struggling just like you. So you're not by yourself. Like, I went to an event, which is weird. I went to an event where I was getting mad love from people out of the church scene. I go into the church scene, and they completely was like, you gotta go, which just blows my mind, but that's just the way it is. But anyway, there's a lot of other artists who are struggling to create, a lot of other artists who are struggling to figure that out. So you're not by yourself. Another thing is we can't compare ourselves anymore.
That's good.
Because, like, I used to do that so much, whereas, like, I hated when I saw somebody else winning because I'm like, I'm working just as hard as them. But the more you stay in that complacent comparison, like, you're never going to grow. Now, if I see somebody winning, I'm like, yo, congrats. Awesome. But you got to realize there's enough money to go around to circulate your music for everybody. So, like, if I see somebody else winning, I'm like, that's my dog for real. Like, congrats to you. You making it. I know my time will come. I just got to keep working on it. I feel like King David when he was told he was going to be king, and he waited all these years. And he served Saul, and he was trying to find his place. And he still hadn't found it yet. That's
he was running in the caves and doing all this stuff. It's like that time of waiting, right? It's just like what Pastor Cruz says, right? There's a waiting period. But that waiting period for you is one of you serve. You're serving at Connection Church. You help out with the youth ministry. You do so many other things. You have an amazing job that you help out with kids in school.
I love my job. I really do.
You do so many great things. So it's not like you're just trying to just be a rapper. You are just well-rounded all together as a human being.
Thank you.
And I'm grateful that God allowed me to make this human being. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to give them a snippet of your song. And then we're going to end the show with Bible, your music video, so that people can go and check that out. Listen, it's been the Recall Podcast. I got a chance to interview my son, a.k.a. YoVedo. Check out all his information. It'll be right here so you can follow him. Like and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Bang on his notification bell. But listen,
Press
if you're new, Press comes out this Friday. You're going to get a snippet of that right now. And then also, subscribe, like, and bang on the notification bell here on the Recall Podcast. And Friday, we have a very special guest. We're going to be talking some real deep stuff. Don't miss it. Thanks again. God bless y'all. Peace.
Had me pressed, but I keep my stress on lock up in the ends when I rest, and I keep my mind on top of what I do with my day. That's your business, cause it's mine, and don't you worry about the money. Vado got it when he climbed up, that's the bottom line, you gon' run me what is mine, doing time, your neck is green, be a time, seeing that you're him, brother, I can't see your prophecy. I hope she gon' come through. I got down to looking. I know ain't nothing new. They don't know the truth. I'm a rich dog, my life will never say I feel like I fail. She said I'm on for right, but treated me different, so I had to bail. Man, the money been tight, stacking my bread and I swear that I'm leaving. It's all fun tonight, when I wake up and back on my season. Then I got folded. I ain't had no motives. Pour the drink with a potion. Had me lost in emotion. Worry about see how I'm moving. I forgot about God, but I'm back on my movement. In the sun, blaze, but I'm reaching up. It's hard to love, I don't believe in your luck. Yeah, we coming, he getting me out of my cup. She a California rider, she a California rivals. On the Jersey South side, I'm a Jersey South side. Do me in the apple side, pouring out for that slide. Right in on the Bible, right in on the Bible. I hope she gon' come through. I got down with the rule. I know ain't nothing new. They don't know the truth. Give me a culture, I pour the lights. All the fake niggas cutting my wire. The game is so calm, like you can't fly. Smoking mirrors, but I know they fire. Better don't care, don't do what they say. They can never make a record like me. That's a fact in my city. Name a few of my boys, you homie be killing it too like. So why would I switch them? They don't know that I'm better with bitterness. She on the switch, my anxiety already getting it. And she on the liquor, she don't even remember the picture sent. But I looked at her Twitter, she don't got a job, but I know that she making rent. Boy, she a California rider, she a California rivals. On the Jersey South side, I'm a Jersey South sider. Dip me in the apple cider, pouring out for that slide. Right in on the Bible, right in on the Bible. I hope she gon' come through.